Hey, so in this video, I'm reviewing one of my personal favorite VPNs, NordVPN. And the reason I like this one so much is because of how many features it offers and the amount of flexibility and customization that comes with it. There's just so much you can do with this VPN. Now, in order to get started and get set up with it, all you'd have to do is go to their website and make an account, pick a plan, and download the software. Once you do that, all you have to do is log in with your credentials, and that's all there is to it. You're good to go. And if you want, I'll actually have a discount link for you in the description below that will save you some extra money on NordVPN as well. Now, once you have the application up and running, what you're actually going to get is this page. This is officially the home page, and that's because NordVPN doesn't just come with a VPN, which you can see some of the information over here on the left side. It also comes with basically a full-on antivirus that they call Threat Protection Pro, and this can run independent of the VPN. It's not just when the VPN is running, and I'll get into that a little bit more later on. And they also have file sharing, which allows you to securely transfer files without having to worry about any data leaks or data breaches, and I'm going to get to that as well. But if we go to the sidebar over here on the left side and we click on VPN, then we get this really cool interactive map interface. And all of these little dots, these are servers that we can click on. So NordVPN as of now has 111 countries that you can connect to with 6,000 plus servers. So let's say we wanted to connect to a server in Japan. We can go over there, zoom in, and we can see our servers in Japan and click on one of them. So let's say Tokyo, we can click on that and we'll see here on the left side that we're connecting. And after just a few moments, we'll be connected up, and that's all there is to it. If we would go back to the home page, we can see here our new IP address, our Japan IP, and that's really all there is to it. So let's say I wanted to access the Japan library on Netflix. So all I would do is first go into my Netflix account before I connected to this server. And then once I was in, I would then afterwards go to NordVPN, click on this server, go back into Netflix and refresh the page, and then you will have access to the entire Japan library of content in Netflix itself. Just remember to first sign into your Netflix account before connecting to the VPN, and then only after you've connected to the VPN, refresh the page on Netflix. But in general, this is something that you can do not just for Netflix, but also for Amazon Prime Video and Hulu, Disney Plus, all the streaming platforms. You can access content that's only available in a different country using NordVPN in this way. And really not just when it comes to Netflix, but also for gaming. So if you wanted to get DLCs or different discounts that are only available in a different country, you can connect up to a different country in NordVPN and get those offers. Of course, with NordVPN, all your data and information is going to be kept private and protected from any hackers or any data leaks. And as of now, NordVPN has actually done 4 no logs policy audits, meaning that they've had independent companies come in and check out their system and verify that they really do not keep any user data local on their own servers. And they've done this 4 times as of now. So when it comes to privacy and security, NordVPN has a solid reputation, and you know that you're getting a very high quality VPN. But where Nord really shines is in terms of the added features that you get. So just in the VPN itself, if we go over here to more connection options, you'll see a few different things. You'll have dedicated IP, so you have to pay a little bit extra for this, but this gives you your own IP address that's specific to you. So if you're having problems with a website noticing that you're using a VPN's IP address, or sometimes just because a lot of these servers are always going to be changing their IP address, that can sometimes show up as a red flag with different websites, and you may wind up getting stuck in those reCAPTCHA verifications that can be very annoying. So getting a dedicated IP can help you get around that by just giving you one IP address that's specific to you. Nobody else has it, and when you sign into a website, they'll always know that it's you and only you using that IP address. They also have a double VPN option, which connects you to 2 different servers, so that gives you a lot more privacy, making it nearly impossible for anybody to track you down through 2 servers and get any access to your personal information. They also have obfuscated servers, which are special servers that are designed to avoid any website picking up on the fact that you're using a VPN. They have Onion over VPN, which actually connects you to a VPN and then connects you to the Onion network. So this does 2 things. One, by connecting to the VPN first, it hides the fact that you're connecting to the Onion network from your ISP or anybody else and keeps that private. And also it allows you to access the Onion network in a regular browser without needing the Tor browser. And then they have P2P, which are optimized servers for torrenting, keeping all your information private and also keeping all your downloads private, while at the same time giving you the best speeds possible. And talking about speeds, if we go to the settings settings, and then we go to connections, we go to protocols. NordVPN has the NordLynx protocol, which is probably one of the fastest protocols in the industry right now. You can also choose OpenVPN if you need to, and with some networks, these may be more compatible with NordLynx because they're a bit older and a bit more widespread. So sometimes these may be the ones you'll need, and you can always click auto, and this will just pick the best one for you depending on your situation. Now with those add-on features, if we go over here to the sidebar and we go to Threat Protection Pro, you'll get web protection. So this will protect you against malware and ads and things like that while you're actually browsing the web. You'll have file protection, which checks any downloads and makes sure that there's nothing bad in those downloads that can harm you, and vulnerability detection, which checks if any apps on your computer have vulnerabilities which can be hacked into. And like I mentioned before, this stands alone from the VPN. This can run independent from the VPN. You do not need to be connected up with the VPN in order for this to work. And after that, they have the file transfer feature, which allows you to securely transfer files without your ISP or anybody else being able to access any information about that transfer. And then they have the meshnet feature, which allows you to access remote servers or computers through a secure connection. So this is something that can really come in handy if you're accessing, let's say, your work computer and you're using a remote desktop connection. Using the meshnet will allow you to keep that connection secure, so any information that you're reaching on your work computer is going to be secure and you won't have any data leaks or breaches. And lastly, they have the dark web monitor, which tracks if any of your personal information has been leaked out over the dark web and lets you know about it. Now in the settings over here, you're going to have a lot of different options that you can choose from, but there's one in particular that I wanted to talk about, which is NordVPN's kill switch, because this kill switch is a lot more advanced than most VPNs. You see, a normal kill switch just disconnects your internet connection if the VPN ever stops working. So for example, if you're on a public Wi-Fi network, which is not very secure and you could get hacked on those kinds of networks, then having the VPN enabled protects your data. And then if the kill switch is enabled, if the VPN ever stops working and you potentially become vulnerable, the kill switch will cut off your internet connection so that you don't have that vulnerability and nobody can access your personal information. However, with NordVPN, you have more than just that regular kill switch. You can also choose to have your internet access disconnected if you disconnect from the VPN manually, not if it goes out by itself unexpectedly. And they also have this feature over here, which allows you to choose exactly what the kill switch will work with. So if you don't want everything on your computer to lose internet access and you don't want your entire internet connection to drop out, you can enable the app kill switch and then select which apps you want to add to the kill switch so that just that app will disconnect. So if you have one app, let's say your browser, where you're sharing personal information or sensitive information over a public Wi-Fi network, you can have just that browser disconnect from the internet if the VPN ever stops working, but everything else that you're doing will stay connected to the internet. So overall, as far as VPNs go, I really enjoy using NordVPN. Like I said, its NordLynx protocol is really fast and you just get really good stable connections, especially if you're going to be streaming or using a VPN while you're gaming. I find that it's right up there with a lot of the other top VPNs on the market, such as Surfshark or ExpressVPN. And as somebody who likes to have a lot of options, I really appreciate all of the different features and functionality that NordVPN offers, and it makes me feel like I'm just really getting my money's worth out of a VPN by having all of these different things that I can do with it. Now, like I said, there are two other really good VPNs out there on the market, and those are Surfshark and ExpressVPN. Now, Surfshark is pretty similar to NordVPN. You may not get quite as many features or the quality of features as you will have with NordVPN. However, Surfshark will still give you quite a lot, and it's also cheaper than NordVPN. So if you want something that's like NordVPN, but you're on a budget, then I would definitely recommend Surfshark. And lastly, if all these bells and whistles are not necessarily for you and you want something that's more simple and streamlined and easy to use, then I would definitely recommend Express, because it is really designed to be exactly that, really quick and easy to use, while at the same time not compromising on the performance that you would expect from a top tier VPN. So that's all for this video, guys. If you want to find out any more about Surfshark and Express, I'll be sure to leave full reviews for those in the description as well. And again, I'll also have discount links for you that will save you some extra money on all of these in case you want to try them out. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.